So welcome back to Soundbites, the show about good people doing good things in the local food and drink industry. Today I'm joined by George Christakos. George is the owner of Battery Park and Brooklyn Warehouse Restaurants, and he's also one of the organizers behind Greek Wine Fest, which will take place June 8th to 11th at St. George's Greek Orthodox Church on Purcell's Cove Road in Halifax. So welcome to the show, George.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us, Greek Fest has been going on a while. Tell us a little bit about the history of Greek Fest, how it came to be, and how long has it actually been going on?
Well, this is going to be our 36th year, so it's been going on for decades. And it started off as a food festival, a simple food festival for, at that time would be my grandparents and, the generations before us to share the Greek cuisine that we make at home, that we've brought from Greece, and sharing it with our new neighbors here in Halifax.
Yeah, and obviously I go for the food, but there's a lot more to Greek Fest too. You hosted at the church. There's dancing. So tell us about some of the cultural things that will go into Greek Fest too.
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. And first, we have a beautiful property right on the water, right? So people can come down. It's really close to the Rotary. You can come down, you can sit by the water, you can enjoy the beautiful property. But while you're there, you're going to be able to take in live music. So we have a band coming in from Ontario, Alexandros and his team. So they're going to be doing some beautiful music, and that's going to support the dancing as well, right? So one thing that we've been just dying to bring back since the pandemic, we've been doing the food over the pandemic, but bringing the culture back, bringing the dancing back. We've all been just so excited to see, our kids and our nephews back on stage dancing. So we have like a youth dance group, then we have an older dance group. So you're going to see dances from all over Greece, from different time periods, different costumes. So that's a really, really important part to us. There's church tours too. So our community really flows from our church, our Orthodox church, and our priest will be there showing the beautiful Byzantine iconography of our church and explaining the building and some of the different rituals that happen that are also dear to us.
Yeah, and one of the great things about the community is the richness of the Greek community in Halifax, and you just talking about your grandparents and parents, and now you as a dad, will your children be getting involved in Greek dancing?
Absolutely, yeah. This was my son's first year performing, so that's it's a really proud milestone for all of us parents. But yeah, we've all come through it, right? So, I've been that Greek school dancer all the way through. My wife's been a dance teacher, so we're all kind of involved. The dance group is a very foundational part to our community, and I believe it creates some of the longest lasting friendships, that we have amongst ourselves.
Yeah, okay. And we'd be lying to say that the food doesn't play a big role in why a lot of people go to Greek Fest,
Sure.
right? And talk about that. Tell me, because a lot of food to prepare. How many people will we have visit on average?
There's somewheres between 8 to 12,000. I'm thinking somewheres in that medium around 10,000 this year. People that are going to come to the site for food, for desserts, to visit the taverna that we have there. So it's a lot of people to come through and feed for sure.
And you're kind of in the logistics side, figuring all out. But so who's actually cooking for 8 to 12,000 people? That's a big job. So who has that responsibility?
It's a huge job, and we break it down. So there's a lot of prep that's happening on the weeks leading up to it, and a lot of that is handled by the Philoptochos, which is a women's auxiliary group. So this is a group that has existed for decades, and it's sort of like mothers and grandmothers. Thankfully, a lot of these ladies are retired, and they have more time, so they can go to the hall with their friends. They have their coffee, and they begin massive amounts of production for us, right? Our tiropitaikia, these are like a cheese puff. They're making these by the thousands. So the ladies do a tremendous amount. And then during the execution of the festival, we have all sorts of generations show up, right? So you could have, I have friends who, there's a grandfather, the father, and the son all working, cooking souvlaki at the same time. So it's a multi-generational effort to put out all this food.
That's amazing. I'm dying to go. I'm looking at this and I'm dying to eat it. So how do people get tickets? Do they just can they buy them online? Do they buy them at the door? How does one get tickets to go to Greek Fest?
It's all happening on our site, right? So we're really happy to be back in person. after so many years of kind of a hybrid model. But we invite people to come to the site where you can buy tickets and go into the various sort of like zones that we have, right? Stuff for kids, the cultural aspects we talked about, and then the different food aspects, right? Stuff from the grill, which is outside by our taverna, so you can, you know, have some libations, have some food, and then inside of our hall where our kitchen is, there's the big plates of food, right? The souvlaki plates, the Greek plates. So once you're there, there'll be signage kind of directing you to the different zones where you can get, you know, food from here, or, you know, our cafenio, like where you can get coffee and desserts. So there's different sort of stations. We would invite everyone to go to greekfest.org where you can see the menu, you can see the schedule, you can see, you know, all the different sort of aspects that are going to be provided to you.
So George, is there anything else we need to know about this year's Greek Fest?
Well, this year we're just really excited to have people coming back to site in person. So there's free admission this year. We welcome everyone to come down. You know, it's a family affair. Bring the kids. There's stuff for the kids in the kids zone. There's beautiful desserts that you can take home. There's dancing. There's church tours. The beautiful food we have from the grill, our famous donaires. Come in for the plates of food, handmade goodness, and we can't wait to have you down and celebrate with us.
I'll be there. So, but cheers.